Hi, Chelsea fans. Let us talk about Renato Veiga transfer move to Villarreal and how Chelsea actually made a decent amount of money despite the disappointing attitude of Renato Veiga. Now, reports are saying that Chelsea are selling Renato Veiga to Villarreal for around £25 million with a very huge sell-on clause that could go as high as 40% depending on some certain conditions. It could be 20% sell-on clause, it could be 25% sell-on clause, but it could go as high as 40% sell-on clause, which means Chelsea could potentially get nearly half of any transfer fee move if Renato Veiga decides to leave Villarreal. Now, add that £5 million that Juventus paid for his loan move in January, and you see that we have already made a total of at least £30 million from Renato Veiga. This is actually not bad business at all, considering that we originally played around, I think, £12 million for Renato Veiga. So we have more than doubled our money on Renato Veiga. That is over £18 million in profit from a player who barely played for Chelsea. But honestly, in my opinion, for me personally, I find it sad that Renato Veiga ruined his own chance at Chelsea by forcing that loan move to Juventus in January. He could have stayed back at Chelsea. He could have worked out at Chelsea. He could have become an important player at Chelsea under Enzo Maresca. I mean, if he had stayed back at Chelsea, he would have won the UEFA Conference League. He would have won the FIFA Club World Cup, and he would have gotten that opportunity he wanted at left centre back now that Levi Colwill is injured. That's why patience is very important. In anything you do in life, be patient. Always be calculative. Do not rush things. Do not rush things. He could have been a very important player for Chelsea under Enzo Maresca. Instead, Renato Veiga chose to push a move away from Chelsea when things got difficult. And honestly, that is not the type of mentality you want from a player at a big club like Chelsea. When you face competition for your place, you should fight hard and not run away to another team. Renato Veiga clearly had the talent. He had the talent. I mean, you don't get signed by Chelsea and then sold for this huge amount of money without having quality. So he had the talent, he had the quality. In my opinion, Renato Veiga has the talent, he has the quality, he has more potentials than Ricardo Calafiori at Arsenal. I will say it again so that you can hear me clearly. Renato Veiga has more quality, he has more talent, he has more potentials than Ricardo Calafiori at Arsenal. But the difference is, Calafiori did not fall out with his club. He remained at Arsenal even when injuries and all, when he was on bench. He stayed back at Arsenal. But Renato Veiga, I don't know whether it is childishness. I don't know if he does not have anybody advising him. He decided to move. Talent alone is not enough if you don't have the right attitude and commitment. Right? Now, the good news is that Chelsea, we are less sad about losing him because we actually made good profit from the whole situation. Chelsea did very well to negotiate a very huge sell-on clause also. So if Renato Veiga becomes a star at Villarreal, at least we benefit financially. Sometimes players make choices that hurt their own careers. Veiga chose the easy way out instead of fighting for his place at Chelsea. And now he's our profit rather than our player.